Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. So as promised last week, we have come back with another few uh, frontliner IT companies and their hot jobs which is available this week. So please check out our new video this week. Don't skip and try to watch the video full as if possible. So in that way you will get all the latest updates, how to apply, what all technologies, protocols, etc., or development wise, what all skills, languages you will need to appear for the interview, and a good score and result, and maybe take you through the interview. So please check the new video out, and if possible please leave your comments, feedback, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Let's proceed towards the first job profile. That is an escalation engine EMEA slash Apac for Zscaler. So minimum 5 years of experience as a support engineer is desired. Experience with operating systems like Linux, Unix, FreeBSD. You should have a good understanding of the protocol stack for TCP/IP, a good experience and knowledge on HTTP, SMTP, FTP, DNS, protocol analyzers, network security, protocols like SSL, TLS, VPN, firewall, IDS, IPS, knowledge of Apache and IIS web server administration, working knowledge of network security products and enterprise network infrastructure, authentication systems like LDAP, Microsoft Active Directory, and little bit of scripting knowledge, Shell, Python, Perl would be appreciated. Bachelor's degree in computer science for is the basic requirement they're looking for as a educational qualification. The next profile which we can see is a technical accounts manager, Apac. So it requires a 4 to 5 years of experience in account management, pre or post sales. The candidate should have an experience in customer management, customer satisfaction. He should have a good communication skill, good in-depth knowledge of TCP/IP protocol stack, for example, reading packet captures and different types of diagnostics. Microsoft Active Directory understanding is required. Again, Windows, Linux, and FreeBSD operating systems knowledge is expected. Different types of internet protocols like HTTP, SMTP, DNS, LDAP, and FTP. Shell programming and languages like Bash, Perl, etc. Are required, rather added advantage. SQL experience is an added advantage. So in this case, they're looking for database as well, and various vendors like Cisco, Juniper is an added advantage. Next profile which they are hiring for is product support engineer level 3 edgewise. So in this case, as it says, it is looking for a person with highly technical knowledge, experience in professional services as a technical account manager or similar customer facing profile, experience in information security industry and security solutions, good verbal and communication skills, strong troubleshooting and customer management skills, in-depth understanding of common on-premises and cloud virtualization technologies. Infrastructure application like Microsoft AD is required, good understanding of security fundamentals such as firewalls, proxies. They're looking for, again, network architecture and network routing concepts. Scripting, programming experience is an added advantage like Bash, PowerShell, Python, and experience of directly managing physical and virtual infrastructure is an added advantage. This experience profile they're looking for, I think, for 5 to 7 years of experience. That is not mentioned here, so just have a look while applying. If something is mentioned in the portal, may vary for different engineer levels. Next in line is the senior business support analyst sales cloud. So for this they are looking for at least 7+ years of experience in an enterprise automation, with most recent 5 years in Salesforce administration. So as you can understand, it's more or less into Salesforce, good knowledge of Salesforce they're looking for. Configuring Salesforce, Sales Cloud in Salesforce. So hands-on experience in Copilot development and user story promotions, Salesforce security, uh, including roles, profile sharing, workflows, and groups, validation rules, managing user setup, profile role, basic customization of object fields, record types, page layouts, and validation rules, process builds and flows, develop and create customized report and dashboard, UAT testing, new functionality created by the SFTC dev team, creating and maintaining documentation on process policies, help related to material for users, should have experience in master and transactional data management. App exchange is a mandatory skill one should have. Good to have skill, but it's not mandatory. Is Salesforce development knowledge. Should be able to work independently with minimal supervision, preferably an expert in Excel and analyzing large volumes of data and identifying patterns, comfortable with loading and querying large data sets using data loader. Okay, so the next profile which they're looking for is staff security researcher. As you can see, the minimum 10 years of experience in different exploit, malware, reverse engineering, proven track record. So definitely they will ask you a lot of about these things. So different layer 7 protocols such as HTTP, HTTPS, SMB, DNS, SMTP, and RPC. They will expect a good knowledge and experience on, strong understanding of threat landscape, good scripting knowledge in Perl, Python, strong writing skills and examples of past blogs, white papers, etc. So you might need to have good writing skills as well, and preferably you should have a blog or something which you can talk about or show your prior experience to. So bachelor degree from a 4-year college or university, preferably in computer science, engineering, or related discipline they're looking for. So again, some details they have shared regarding what background they're looking for, like experience with threat to mobile devices. So publication of past research and or speaking engagements, experience writing IDS, IPS signatures. The next profile is senior security researcher, threat hunting. So what you'll have to do there is threat hunting and threat analysis, monitor, detect, and analyze network threats, analyze security logs to identify new threats, employ automation to aid in research and hunting tasks, blogs, papers related to threat and hunting analysis. Qualifications is what they're looking for is at least 5 years of experience, security research and threat hunting, log analysis and network analysis, malware analysis, detection of signatures and algorithms, digital forensics, Shell, Perl, Ruby, or Python is a programming is a must-have. Education, again, bachelor's or master degree from a university, preferably computer science, engineering, or related discipline, or equivalent security industry work experience. So as we have seen, like more or less that scaler is into cloud security. So there are there are few topics which is mandatory, like HTTP network protocol stack in case of network engineering profile or cloud security, and in development they will be looking for a few coding and operating system level scripting, etc. In which Python, Ruby, Shell, I have seen like more or less they're asking for these things. So you have to keep that in mind as well. The next profile is senior data analyst. So what you have to do is you need to understand Zscaler's different data sources and be able to correlate and curate data for broad consumption by executives and other functions. Interact with several teams like sales, marketing, security, research, and cloud to help them derive insights from raw data. So build models to forecast demand and recommend expansion, redeployment of cloud resources, data mining, develop models to detect anomalies from log data, The qualifications, what they're looking for is a bachelor degree with math, stats, or computer science, 3 years data experience in data analytics role. Python is mandatory, strong SQL and scripting skills, good understanding of statistical methods and modeling. Desirable knowledge is experience with big data tools like Hadoop and with BI tools such as Tableau. The next profile which we'll be looking at is senior software engineer Windows developer. So they'll be looking for 5 years of experience at least with emphasis in C, C++, networking based application for Microsoft Windows, basic knowledge on networking like VPN and operating system, experience in Windows internals, kernels and network programming, excellent with C, C++ and or C# technologies, experience in leading, architecting, designing and debugging complex networking features on Windows, Windows desktop application and or basic driver development experience, knowledge on tools like Visual Studio, WinDBG, Wireshark, Fiddler, etc. Exposure to network, domain and proxies is an added advantage. Again, desired skills is network programming experience with NDIS or LWF, understanding of layer 3 and higher networking protocols like IP, TCP, HTTP, SSL protocols, good understanding of operating systems like Mac, Android, iOS is desired, good understanding on PKI, VPN or firewall is essential, strong understanding of network security technologies. So basically, again, they're reiterating all these things. More or less the profile in technology faced profiles for Zscaler is more or less in operations or network stuff, network or systems. They are looking for protocol oriented knowledge, and in development they're looking for a little bit development oriented experience and a few programming languages, but the protocol stack is more or less TCP/IP mostly. You can go to https://www.zscaler.com/careers to search the profile which you're looking for and apply from there directly. Moving on to the next company which we will talk about is Wells Fargo, which is a renowned bank, as we know. So the first profile we'll be talking about is lead network engineer. So for this you need at least 5+ years of experience, and they have not mentioned more or less like what exactly the protocols or the profile they're looking for, but we all know what they ask. So you need to have knowledge of TCP/IP protocol stack, the corresponding protocols, each and every layer. You have to be very sound and have good experience that you have worked on. And then comes your IP routing protocols, transport layer protocols, application layer protocols like HTTP, DNS, etc. So more or less it will be an overall, and also apart from the Cisco product line, you should have experience in load balancer, maybe Riverbed, and these kind of things. They might be and will be looking for F5 application delivery controller, wireless, more or less Cisco wireless or Cisco and Aruba wireless mostly, maybe they will be looking for. So this you can understand or expect, like this kind of questionnaire will be there. Next profile is a senior infrastructure engineer. Here also they have not much talked about what kind of technology or protocols they will be looking for to have a knowledge with for a candidate. But yeah, so more or less the technology stack is the same which they will be looking for, and product lines and excuse me. So apart from the normal TCP/IP stack, nowadays people are looking for cloud like AWS, Google Cloud and Azure. So they kind of might ask these kind of things. So again, design code, test, debug, and document programs using agile development practices. So maybe a little bit of development exposure is expected for this profile. Maybe Python or some other programming language is a good to have skill. Going forward, so senior infrastructure engineer is the next profile. Uh, so they will be looking for 4+ years of technology, infrastructure engineering, and solution experience, or equivalent demonstrated through one or combination of the following: work experience, training, military experience, education, etc. So again, they will be looking for a profile or a candidate who has prior experience in technology, infrastructure engineering, and solutions. 5 years of VMware ESXi management experience from build to support, 5 years of Dell VxRail management experience from build to support. So it's very specific, and they have discussed about what exactly they're looking for in a candidate. Desired qualification is VMware Horizon and IaaS. So that's pretty much for a senior infrastructure engineer. Next is another profile, a little bit different, senior infrastructure engineer. I think this is more into development and development profile. A little bit coding and scripting is more required compared to the previous one. Here they're looking for 3+ years of Jira, 2+ years of WikiD experience, 2+ years of ServiceNow, and 1+ years of Agile. So you should know VBScript, PowerShell. You should have experience in DNS, DHCP, Windows, Active Directory, Exchange, SQL, OneDrive, group policies, SCCM, and DFS. VMware VDI infrastructure familiarity is expected, and minimum 5 years of Windows operating system administration, 5 years plus of experience working with Citrix VMware technology, 5 years plus of automation or regression testing experience. The next profile we'll be talking about is senior infrastructure engineer, and this is for a more or less virtual environment kind of profile. So initially, as you can see, that they are expecting VMware app volumes and application virtualization experience, workspace, unified access gateway, VDI, thin client management, general administration, Linux commands and configuration, SCCM, HADR, backup, restore, including failover and clustering, solution integration like directory services, identity and entitlement management solutions, compute security monitoring, VMware, etc. Optional skills are AVI load balancers and Linux commands, familiarity with storage concepts, replication, fiber channel, and FSVM FS, capacity planning, session tracking. Again, network knowledge, it's more or less the same. Everybody is looking for ITIL services is expected, automated processes in VMware environment, and have to be competent with document changes, policies, procedures, artifacts as required. Okay, so the next is another senior operations engineer. So this is a little bit different. This is looks like a little bit of Windows and SCCM along with a little bit automation they're looking for. So more or less you have to have at least 4+ years of experience. MEM, CEM is a technology they're looking for, also known as SCCM, SQL, ETL. So monitor, upgrade, manage, all these kind of things. Should have expertise in PowerShell, .NET, Azure. Should have implemented split tunnel and LED BAT in the enterprise. So we have a very good understanding exactly what they're looking for in a candidate for this profile. Moving forward is another profile, which is senior information security. So here they have 8+ or 8 to 10 years of experience. They're looking for a CISSP, CISA, CISM, CS, CRIC, CCSK. So expertise in agile methodology, DevOps, and cloud security. Apart from that, they will be expecting very sound knowledge on security and endpoint security on infrastructure, and also different applications like SIM, etc. will be an added advantage for sure. Okay, moving forward to the next profile, which is a senior information security analyst, which is a little bit maybe different from the previous one, which is expecting a 5+ years of experience in implementation of data loss and prevention, 3+ years experience in data loss prevention, 1 years plus experience in any SIM tool like Curator, ArcSight, Logarithms, Splunk, etc. Experience in creating new DLP or cloud policies as per usage, CASB, Office 365, NIST, CISM, CISSP, ITIL, or any other security related certifications is good to have. Knowledge of security configuration for various platforms or servers, good understanding of networking concepts, again ICMP, DNS, TCP, IP stack, DHCP traceroute, and understanding of OWASP and vulnerability management, which is very important here. The next profile is a senior information security engineer, which is looking for at least 7+ years of experience in information technology, 5+ years of experience with operations and infrastructure, and so on and so forth. This is a little bit into automation and scripting as well. So also database they are looking for, as you can see, PCID, SSS, SOX, SOC 1, GLBA, NIST, ISO 27001. So along with that, they're looking for Java, Python, and JSON with multiple coding experience. So this is kind of an automation to coding along with information security, as you can see. So you can go to wellsfargojobs.com and search for a suitable profile and apply from there. Going forward, the next company we'll be seeing and the job profile is senior DevOps engineer for McAfee, which is a antivirus and a security company. It is also a product company, and the role which they are looking for is a senior DevOps engineer. So we know like what exactly they're looking for. They have mentioned 6 to 12 years of DevOps experience, good server administration skills, preferably Linux. We should have a good hands-on cloud concepts like ELB and LBS, 3IAM, TG, ASG, and so on and so forth. You know all these things, what they're looking for. Cloud development part, you should have a good hands-on Terraform, Shell, Python, PowerShell is the other order of the day, and configuration management tools they're looking for like Ansible, Chef, or Puppet. Next profile is a cloud senior software architect, 12 to 15 years of experience minimum, and experience, hands-on experiences on Python, Java, C++, Node.js, 8+ years experience architecting the solutions, creating technical design, and so on. Next is cloud platform experience they're looking for, and top 10 OWASP, AppSec, risk avoidance, produce bulletproof secure software. Next is a senior DevOps engineer, which is looking for at least 5+ years of experience with different coding experiences like C, C++, Java, Azure, AWS or Google Cloud, DevOps, CloudOps, NoSQL database like DynamoDB, Cassandra, these things that they're looking for. SDLC model knowledge they're looking for. Implementation of infrastructure as a code for provisioning using tools such as Terraform, Gruntwork.io. Agile methodology again, so this is kind of more stress. These guys are looking for a person who are more equipped on the programming and development side along with different DevOps and cloud platforms. The next is a senior Android developer. So this is pretty straightforward, 5 to 7 years of experience in Android UI development, test cases, code coverage, experience in Gradle or Maven, should have Android Studio knowledge, Git and SVN, knowledge of Jira is a plus, Linux OS experience they're looking for, good interaction skill, and agile development process knowledge.
You can go to careers.mcafee.com and search for your jobs which you are expecting or looking, or want to see in the next few years. You can search over there, put your experience, country or city, and search for the best jobs out there in the market. Okay, moving forward, the next profile and company is Senior Release Engineer Level 2 for Akamai Technologies, which is a huge CDN giant. Is one of the frontliner companies in the industry. So they're looking for a senior release engineer. So you should have at least 10 years of experience in release train management, planning, communication, and coordination in build systems. Be familiar in Jenkins pipeline for automating builds, tests, release workflows, CI/CD tools and techniques, Linux development and scripting languages such as Python, shell scripting, etc. Knowledge of virtualization, containers, and Docker. Knowledge of Azure, AWS orchestration and configuration framework like Ansible, Chef, Puppet will be a plus. The next profile is a business systems analyst, senior profile. So they'll be looking for at least 8 years plus experience in IT applications, business system analyst role, 5 years experience of relevant experience in the capacity of business system analyst or similar role, have experience in SQL, writing scripts for analysis, testing, and support activities, have an understanding of big data and Unix environment. So this is a data and kind of programming. So that's the business system analyst profile for you. Be able to execute project with minimal support. So it's a senior role, so you should be able to work with minimal supervision and the utmost output possible. Next profile we'll be looking at a software development engineer and test level 2. So 2 years of automation frameworks, data structure, computer networks, operating system concepts experience, 2 years of proficiency in any one of the programming language like Python or Perl. Again, TCP/IP, HTTP, DNS, 2 years of work experience minimum in Unix or Linux, and enjoy working as a team player. So this is software development engineer. Next is software engineer. They're looking for more or less direct coding skills with C, C++, Golang or Python, DNS, HTTP, TCP or SSL, TLS. So protocol stack along with security protocols are a plus. You should have experience and worked priorly on these things. Cloud platform, KMove, VMware, Hyper-V, dynamic analysis tools like Coverity, Valgrind, etc. Again, Linux, Unix platform, and a team player. You can go to akamai.com careers and search out for the best jobs available in the market. Akamai is a huge company. It's a dream job for many. So all the best with that. There are a few jobs in the market nowadays for cloud security and content delivery networks. So Zscaler is having, as I said earlier, Zscaler is having a huge number of vacancies. Akamai is also having a few in the same kind of vertical and some others as well, as we saw in our slides earlier. Moving forward, next company is Intel. It's a product company. You all know what it does. So basically this profile is for a cloud system engineer, 3+ years of experience minimum, and with preferred knowledge is on DNS, DHCP network storage, protocols like routing protocols, EIGRP, OSPF, BGP, ISIS, MPLS, etc., TCP/IP, GRE, IPsec, POS, PPP, VRRP, IGMP, HSRP, etc. protocols. So KVM and Linux-based platform knowledge, cloud platform, and monitoring tools like ELK, Stack, Splunk, etc. Infrastructure and DevOps engineer is the next profile they're looking for. So it will be more or less based on Linux platform knowledge, Linux package managers, Zyper, apt, YAM, etc. Vulnerability elimination, 5 years experience minimum for configuring and administrating Apache HTTP server, Nginx, Tomcat, JVM, etc. Various authentication experience, authentication infrastructure experience like AD, LDAP, SSO, SML, SAML, Jira, etc. they're looking for. So this is an infrastructure oriented role with DevOps platform knowledge as well.
MS SQL they're looking for, as well as AWS Azure would be a plus. Software technical consulting engineer is the next profile. So for this, minimum experience they're looking for is 3+ years of experience, or a master degree with 2+ years of relevant experience. So computer science, more or less, or electrical or mathematics or physics, or so basically you should have at least a degree with around 3+ years of experience. C++, Fortran language, in-depth experience one or more parallel programming technologies like OpenMP, MPI, native thread, Intel threading, building blocks, core A's, etc. Familiarity with operating system, computer architecture, HPC segment, client service provider, enterprise. So more or less Microsoft Visual Studio and build environment, customer facing environments experience. So it's out and out coding job. You should have a fair bit of experience in these kind of environment coding with C++, Fortran, and different kinds of technologies as they have asked here. So next is senior Ethernet IP designer. So minimum 8 years of in-hand experience with IP RTL design and development, starting from micro arch to implementation to design, QC to timing constraints. Good working knowledge in networking domain and specialization in Ethernet protocol, MAC IP development, sound knowledge and understanding of FEC algorithms and PDP protocols. Track record of working on the IP development, starting from working with architecture team for requirement gathering, microarchitecture, RTL design, end-to-end design QC. Individual should be ability to derive design requirements based on high level architectural goals like power, performance, and key features. So it's a very demanding architecture oriented role. So people who are having this kind of experience should be very much aware and prepare before going for this job interview. Next is platform architect. This is for expecting 4+ years of experience in system software development, CPU, SOC instruction set, C++, C programming language, must have a master's or bachelor's degree in electrical. Okay, so knowledge of pre-silicon or post-silicon validation technology, strong SoC, firewall, FW debugging skills, experience in emulation of FGPA virtual from strong programming Python or C, familiar with pre-silicon, same thing, platform server PCH BIOS, SSD NAND memory experience, BIOS firmware development experience, PCI CXL architecture knowledge, performance model, workload estimation, understanding of statistical methods to extrapolate performance metrics. So this is, as you can see, it's out and out platform architect. So you must have a very good understanding and prior work experience on this kind of platform with minimum 4+ years of experience. Okay, so as you can see, so you can go to jobs.intel.com and apply for the best jobs out there as we have discussed. So thank you friends for your time today, and I would request you to please visit my channel, and you can comment below the content as to how it was. If you need to add any feedback, please feel free. If you need to know about any jobs or job related information for any other industry, profile, work experience level or location, please mention. I'll try to cover them up. And do like, share, comment, subscribe. Thanks guys. Jai Hind. Have a good day.